All right. Hello and good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are joining us from. We're so excited that you can join us for your Technology and Visual Arts academic orientation. If this is your first time participating in our orientation schedule so far, we just want to say a quick welcome. And for those of you who continue to engage in our programming, welcome back. My name is Asia O'Connor, and I am a member of the orientation team here at Georgian College. And on behalf of our orientation team, we just want to say a big welcome to Georgian, and we're so excited to be a part of your student experience. These sessions this morning are key to starting off your semester right. You will get a chance to hear from your academic leadership team, meet your program coordinator, learn about program and student expectations to be successful, as well as engage with your classmates. So we hope that you're as excited to be here as we are and ready to begin your journey with us. I am now going to turn it on over to Marjorie Cook to officially kick off this semester, but we want to say welcome everyone, and I'm going to pass it on over to Marjorie.
Great. Thank you, Asia. Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, whichever time of day it is. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am Marjorie Cook. I'm the business manager in Technology and Visual Arts, which we will be referring to as TVA. A quick summary of our agenda here is meet the team, important things that related to academics, student services, and planning for success. And then you'll be actually heading out to your breakout sessions. So the first thing I would like to take a moment to introduce you to some of our team members. We have Dr. Bill Angelakos, the Dean of TVA, Dr. Tim Kurulik, the Associate Dean from the Design of Visual Arts and Computer Studies, Dr. Rebecca Sabarin, Associate Dean for Engineering and Environmental Technologies, and Matt Greaves, Associate Dean, Midland and Muskoka campuses. I'd like to ask Bill to please give a brief hello.
Well, thank you, Marjorie. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy, we're so happy that you're able to join us today. You've taken a very important first step in your learning at Georgian College. Congratulations. And we want to spend this time informing you and getting you more comfortable and feeling more welcome and part of the Georgian community. And that's our goal. We want to inform you about important things that are to come and to really get you hitting the ground running when it comes to your studies. Technology and Visual Arts is a broad portfolio. As you saw by the introduction from Marjorie with the team, it involves engineering and environmental technologies, design and visual arts, computer studies program, research analyst, project management, skilled trades and apprenticeship, and the programs are offered across 2 campuses and a downtown location. So it's quite a broad program. And what we'll do today is we'll introduce you to a lot of the different areas of the portfolio through the associate deans, but also very important information that will be helpful to you to get you started in your studies. Thanks again for joining us, and I'll turn it back to the team so they can get us started.
Great, thank you, Bill. And the next person that's just going to do a quick hello is Matt Greaves from Midland and Muskoka campuses. Matt?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Georgian College. It is truly our honor to have you at our college. You've made a great choice, and it's a choice that will change your life. I am the Associate Dean of the Midland and Muskoka campuses, and we always have a sporting competition between the campuses because I believe that Midland and Muskoka are the jewels in Georgian Crown. So I encourage you to come out and visit the Midland and Muskoka campuses. We do a lot of skilled trades at those campuses: carpentry, plumbing, electrical, welding, marine, small engine. So I may see some of you during the semester, but I encourage you to look at all the locations that Georgian has and take up the lifestyle here. There's lots of great things going on. So I hope to see you in the future, and I will kick it back to Marjorie. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mac. And now we'll have just a quick hello from Tim, and then we will move over to Rebecca. Tim?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Georgian College. I'm Tim Kurulik. I'm the Associate Dean for Design, Visual Arts, and Computer Studies. So I'm the Associate Dean for Fine Arts, Graphic Design, Computer Programming, Network Technician, about 16 programs overall. And I'm looking forward to talking to you today about academic regulations and things you can get involved with as a student while you're here, and just introducing you to the college and getting to know a little bit more about you too. Thanks very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Tim. And now I'm going to ask Rebecca Sabran to say hello and give you a little bit of the information about what she wants to share today. Rebecca?
Hi, yes, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the first step in being successful is getting, one first step is participating in this presentation today. I'm the Associate Dean, Engineering and Environmental Technologies. So much like Tim, have about 16 to 17 different brands that are available. We have an absolutely fabulous team, and I must say I am just very excited by the equipment to be able to use, the faculty you'll talk with, and our technicians and technologists. And there's quite a few resources. So let's get started. I am now going to talk about our team. So our team that's there to support you. So what I'm going to talk about is
Well, it looks like Rebecca's having a little bit of some technical. Rebecca's having a little bit of technical difficulties at the moment.
I can take over there, Marjorie.
Perfect. Thank you, Tim.
So Dr. Sabran, she was just about to tell you a little bit about our team there. And I think, Reb, have you joined again? I'll just keep going. So our team consists of the academic leadership team, which is Bill, myself, Rebecca, and Mac, who you met, so the deans and associate deans. And then reporting to us are program coordinators, and program coordinators are a key contact in your programs. They're really the team lead for your academic program, and they can help you with academic advising and other supports that you need academically. But there's really a wide team that supports students at Georgian College, and it includes faculty, who we'll talk about in a minute, as well as technicians and technologists who assist faculty in the labs and in the classrooms, and they help students understand health and safety procedures and also reinforce learning that the faculty is delivering in the classroom. We also have Dean's assistants and academic program assistants who provide administrative support, and you may have contact with them if you want to set up a meeting with myself or Rebecca, or need to consult about where to find different resources. And another important support there are student services, and so that includes things like student advisors, library services, including peer tutoring, co-op and career service, and counseling. And I think the point really here is to understand that there's a wide range of supports for you here at the college that can help you along in your journey and contribute to your success. So we want you to know about how to access those supports, and that's a lot of what our presentation is about today. So we can go to the next slide there, and we'll talk about faculty. Our faculty is one of the main points of contact you're going to have, and our faculty team is really here to support you in your success. And they've become teachers because they're passionate about their subject, and they want to share their knowledge with students, and they want to see students be successful. So they're really someone who is on your team, and they want to help you be successful. They're subject matter experts with academic credentials and years of industry experience, and many of them also hold professional and industry certifications. So these are people who have been successful in their chosen areas, and as I said, they become teachers because they want to help you move into those areas and be successful as well. And they are there to deliver the course learning outcomes that you need to achieve in order to graduate. And they're also responsible for evaluating your student achievement of the learning outcomes. So through things like tests, assignments, and whatnot, they're going to determine if you have met the defined learning outcomes of the course and of the program. And they can help you in class by email or during office hours. And my tip there is that if you're meeting with a faculty member, a key thing is to plan ahead and make the best use of their time and your time too. So figure out what is it that you need to know from them. You know, pick a specific time to meet with them, and then you know, get to talking with your faculty and seeing how they can support you. And I'll just see if Reb has rejoined us there. Or
no, she is still having some difficulties at this point. So
okay, no problem. I will just I'll switch my camera on here so you can see me. So I talked a little bit already about program coordinators and what their role is, and they teach in the program in addition to providing academic and subject matter leadership in that program, and they can answer specific questions about the program content, learning outcomes or graduation requirements. They're a good contact if you need additional support in that area. We also have student advisors, Becca Allen and April Jones. You're going to get to know them well in your journey as a student. They're really a key hub, a key contact that you can connect with that can, you know, help you get in touch with all those different services that I talked about. So if you need a peer tutor and you don't know, well, how do I go about arranging a peer tutor? April or Becca can help you with that. Maybe you're struggling with some time management skills, getting all the work done that you need to move through as a student. Again, April and Becca, they're great sources of support to help you with things like that. Some of you are in co-op programs and you have a co-op advisor. They're going to be a key contact to help you understand, you know, how do you get your co-op position? How do you be successful in connecting with an employer to land that first position? And then what do you need to do to meet your co-op requirements? So they're also very key contacts within certain programs that have a co-op component. And then Dean's Assistant Tara Marshall Sutton is the assistant for both Dr. Sabarin and myself. And if you need to connect with us, you can book an appointment through Tara and she can help set that up, or in some cases help you know who you need to connect with if you've got student questions that are better answered maybe by the international office or the financial aid office or what have you. Tara can help you out with that too. So how to contact your student advisors. They support faculty by telephone or through video conferencing. And they support students as well. And you can get in touch with them with their email addresses on the screen there. Those will be shared with you as well by your program coordinators in your academic orientation sessions this morning. So I won't spend a lot of time there. Just know that April and Becca are here to help you. And some important things related to academics. So let's talk a little bit about academic regulations. I said that I wanted to speak to you about that. So academic regulations are really the rules that govern the college, and they're essential to our reputation because people in the community have confidence in Georgian College credentials because they know that the students who come here, they've achieved certain academic standards and they've done so on their own merits. And so that's why those rules and guidelines are in place. And they also govern things like our academic progression, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. And I just want to say that by becoming a student here, you've really agreed to follow those regulations. And so everyone is governed by the academic regulations when it comes to academic matters. So you are responsible for being familiar with them. But I want to point out a few key things that you should know as a student. And the first thing here is promotional status. How do I get to graduation? A lot of students, of course, you want to know that. And really, it's by getting more than 60% in your courses. That's what you need in an undergraduate program to progress, is an average of over 60%. And you might say, wait a minute, I thought a passing average was 50%. And that's true in individual courses, but overall, your overall GPA should be above 60% to maintain good standing. And you might say, well, what happens if I fall below 60%? You could end up on academic probation or get an academic warning, and that can ultimately lead to suspension, as you're seeing there. So that's where I want to point out that those supports are so important. If you need help, reach out to a peer tutor or what have you, and they can help you along the way. as well as your faculty, of course. So I guess Rebecca has joined us again, and she's going to take over in a minute, I think. But
Rebecca,
I will just...
would you like to speak about the forms of academic misconduct? Okay. Guess it's still you, Tim.
Sorry. Sorry, folks, you're getting a lot of me today. Well, academic integrity, forms of academic misconduct. The thing that I want to highlight here is most students don't realize that there are actually a lot of different forms of academic misconduct. So it includes things that you might be familiar with, like plagiarism, if you're copying things from the internet and not giving appropriate credit for it. Or of course, cheating, looking over at somebody else's screen in an exam. But there's also other things like facilitating academic misconduct, and that's one I see students get caught on sometimes. And I want you to be aware that you are responsible for your own work and making sure that that you protect your own work. So sometimes a student will say to me, "Sir, I just left my computer open and walked away, and my roommate came on and copied my work, and I didn't know." And unfortunately, I can't take that as an excuse because, of course, you are responsible for protecting your own work. And it goes back to what I was talking about before in terms of our reputation as a college is founded on the fact that students do their own work and they earn their credentials on their own merit. So those are different forms of academic misconduct I want you to be familiar with. And you will be completing a module that explains that as part of your first weeks as a student here. So we'll go to the next slide here and talk about appeals, because this is something that is often of interest to students if they say, well, you know what, I feel like my mark was unfair in one of my exams. I got C. I really think I deserved a higher grade. So what do I do? Well, first thing you want to do is actually talk to your faculty member. If you have a concern, if you have a question about why you got a poor mark on a question where you think you should have got a better mark, why not just talk to your faculty member directly? That's often a good way to start by resolving things. And then you can do a formal appeal as well. Maybe I'll turn it over to Rebecca here. I see she's online. And Rebecca, you could talk a little bit about how the students do a formal appeal.
Yeah, thank you. I apologize, everyone, for the internet issues, but we have multiple people using our internet. So I'm now on the college internet, so it should go swimmingly now. So thank you for your patience. Yeah, so appeals, it's very important. Tim did show previously academic regulations, and if you go into the website, the Georgian portal, there's forms. So in there, if you feel that your academic you would like to appeal your academic misconduct form results, or if you feel perhaps, as Tim said, that a mark is too low and you've talked to your faculty about it and no resolution on that, then you can challenge a grade. So an appeal is basically a form that you go in and you complete, and then you would formally send it to the faculty and arrange a meeting with the faculty. What's important is you have 2 to 3 days to do that. So you would arrange a meeting with the faculty and talk to the faculty about your thoughts and your perceptions. So if that is unsuccessful, the next stage is then clearly laid out on the form that you submit it to the associate dean. And this is where the dean's assistant is super helpful, and the associate dean's assistant. So if you let them know also, they can help us keep track of it. So hopefully none of you have to go through the appeal process, but that is something definitely to be familiar with. So Tim, do you want to talk about important dates, or would you like me to carry on with that?
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, great. So important dates. So January 29th is the day to add and drop classes. So let's say you're in one section and you want to move to another time. That is the day to do it.
Or let's say you want to take a course from a next semester and you've talked it over with the coordinator and everyone's on board, then that's your time to go in and pick that course. So February 1st, full winter semester fees are due. This is a very important date, March 22nd. It's the last day to withdraw from most programs and courses. So let's say, unfortunately, you're struggling with a course, you've talked to the faculty, and you've decided that maybe this course isn't a good time for you right now because you're busy with your other courses. I would suggest that you consider withdrawing from that course because, as Tim said previously, you don't want to lower your academic average if there's a course that's just not going significantly well for you. And then April 23rd so far is the last day of classes for our 13-week program. So one thing before we proceed to the next slide I'd like to just talk about is some more people that are available to help you out. So we have technicians and technologists at Georgian College. So they're really there to focus on the equipment that you'll be using, as well as ensuring that you could sign it out if required and use it. They're also focused on procedures, protocols, health and safety. So one thing that you'll be responsible for is reviewing the COVID lab protocols to ensure that you're aware of our expectations when it comes to COVID prevention and keeping everyone on campus safe for those of you that have courses on site or lab components on site. They also support the faculty and students, and I find our technicians and technologists are always looking for new ways to support a better learning experience for you. So as associate deans, Tim and I will be their ear or their sounding board, and then with Marjorie we'll work at perhaps buying new technology that industry is using so our graduates have the skills required when they finish our programs to just, you know, get into industry and start working hard amongst our industry partners. At the same time, we do have academic support assistants. So they're there to just check the course syllabus, which is something you'll receive from the faculty. They're there to answer your questions, so you can reach out to them. They'll look into just the program, and they do individual administrative tasks. So now we're going to move on to the next section of the presentation. We've talked about academics. Next thing that I'd like to talk about is some of our student services. And there are a lot of services available to you at Georgian. It is actually impressive, the number of just opportunities that you have at Georgian, and Tim will mention a few. But I want to talk about some opportunities for you when it comes to health and wellness. So there is a helpline that's free of charge. It's called Good to Talk, and I hope that people maybe write this down. It's for people that are within Canada. So you can see the number there is 1-866-925-5454. So if you're having any difficulties or you just want to reach out and talk to someone about difficulties that you're having, or let's say there's a situation that occurred that you don't know how to deal with, not only can you reach out to the faculty, but you can call this helpline. So I always try and make sure that all students are aware of this. And also there's counselors at Georgian College. The number is there, but there are for students that are in Canada. And I think that this is very important, this image. It's by being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. And one of my coordinators on her door, she has something similar, but it says, "You are not defined by your marks." So I just encourage you, if you have any challenges and you need someone to talk to, these are some resources that are available to you. Next, I want to talk about planning for success. So success is walking. I love this quote because it's true. One cannot be successful all the time. We hope to be successful a lot, but sometimes we do experience failure. And to me, failure is a great learning opportunity. So success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. And I'm a great follower of Winston Churchill. So for those of you, you can understand that he did suffer some failures throughout his life. So just some things, some reflections, maybe later today or tomorrow, you just want to take some time and think about these questions. It's kind of like setting an intention for your success. So these are just some questions that maybe you want to reflect on. So how do you plan to organize your week for learning? Or how do you plan to keep track of deadlines? So one technique I've heard is printing out the calendar for the academic semester and putting all your due dates in there. And then working back so that you have enough time to get things done, especially for people that might be working jobs or have significant family commitments. So another question is, what will be your attendance pattern for live? So live would be synchronous components. So this is when, much like here, it's live and you're sitting there and you're listening at the same time as the faculty is providing information or working on learning outcomes with you. So how many hours per week do you plan to spend on in class? So synchronous, and then asynchronous would be assignments. So this would allow you to understand that you maybe need to have a schedule every day and be somewhere between 8 and 4, or whatever time works for you. And how many hours per week do you plan to spend on assignments and preparing for tests, especially in this this new delivery? So next question, when questions arise about content or assignments, do you plan to reach out to faculty or peer tutors or other students? And how would you do that? So unfortunately, Tim and I sometimes get contacted by students that are not successful, and this is at the end of the semester, and we say to them, well, what did you do to identify to the faculty that you were having difficulties or you weren't understanding the material? And unfortunately, some students don't reach out. So I would encourage everyone to just have a plan in place. If you don't understand the material, how do you plan to move forward with that? Are you going to contact the faculty? And another question would be, when will you do that? Will you do it during faculty office hours? Will you do it via chat? So just some things to ponder. What works best for your learning? So what have you found that works best for you? And what techniques will you use for studying? So will you find a space that's quiet and study there? Or will you, like my husband, put on some Mozart? So what are you going to do to improve your chances of success in the program? So thank you, and I'll pass it back over to Tim.
Thank you. So I was going to talk, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, which is student life. And, you know, there's a lot you can get involved with here at the college beyond just your classroom work. And I think, as Rebecca was alluding to there, really the key is to find some kind of happy medium. If we've got having zero fun here and you have it having too much fun over here, you got to find something in between there to be successful. And so, you know, do take time to be involved in other things outside of academic work. You're going to find, I think, that after you graduate, these are some of the fun things that you reflect on afterwards and can be about, you know, the best part of your college experience in some ways. So there's special projects. Sometimes faculty will have opportunities for you to get involved in a volunteer project, and that's a really great thing to get industry experience that's really relevant to your chosen field. And then you can add that to your resume. It's going to help you advance your career, and it's going to help you learn new things. And of course, you get to work very closely with a faculty member then and build you know, a relationship with them where they can give you a good reference for when you're looking for a job later. So that's important. Student clubs, we've got clubs for gaming, and many other things here, many other interests. And so talk to folks at the GCSA, which is the Georgian College Student Association. and they can help connect you with all kinds of different clubs and activities that are going on. We also have a change-making center. Georgian College is one of a very few change-maker sessions and an entrepreneurship center. So there's a lot of different things that you can get involved in, and just want to encourage you to take the time to do that. All right.
That's great. Thank you so much, Tim and Rebecca. Asia, do you have anything final to say before the students leave off to the breakout sessions?
No, I think that's great. I think if we're going to officially wrap up, I just want to share with students to look at your schedules. There's a whole list of now the program breakout sessions. So to be able to access those, all you have to do is go follow the line and press click here. They are all linked to where you need to be. So your program coordinators are waiting to welcome you in those sessions. Please make sure you hop on, because I know they're on there waiting for you now to get all of that great information. There are a couple of questions in the chat that I'll do my best to go through, but just make sure you hop on over. And if there's any questions that come up in the meantime for students, I just want to remind everyone that we have a virtual chat option as well on our student portal. So don't worry if maybe some of your questions don't quite get answered that are maybe around student life, or I know there are some questions coming in regarding the registrar's office. We have that virtual chat open from 8:30 to 4 Monday to Friday. So lots of opportunity to ask those questions. So thank you to our wonderful panelists here for presenting and sharing your time with us this morning. Students, we want to say welcome. I hope you are ready to start your journey here at Georgian, and we're going to officially wrap this up and hop on to your program breakout sessions starting right now. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Asia. And if everyone can come back at noon, we're going to have a great Polls Everywhere quiz to see how much you've retained from all of this information we're throwing at you. So have a great breakout session all.
Take care, folks. Have a great day.
Have a great day.